Yes, we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this course, Effective Communication Skills for Parents of Sickle Cell Warriors. If you can hear me, please let me see it in the comment section. Please write loud and clear. If you can hear me, let me see it loud and clear. If you can hear me, please comment loud and clear. And while you are waiting for other people, please tell us where you are joining us from, your state, your town, wherever you are joining us from. Let us know in the comment section. And I remain Kemi Ogutsime. So if this is first time you are listening to me, I want to say welcome. Yes. So today we are talking about effective communication skills for parents that have children with sickle cell. Anything we do, we understand that communication matters. Every of these struggles, as somebody that attends to a lot of parents that have children with sickle cell, oftentimes most of the issues that we have with our children, the power struggles, they are not taking their medications, they are not adhering to whatever they are supposed to do, drink water, they don't drink water, eat good food, they don't eat good food. Then there is always a power struggles, there's always this power struggles between mother want to tell you, oh, I'm your mother, you must do it. You don't want to feel like, then it causes a lot of issues, especially when you have adolescents, when you have teenagers and adults. So you see a lot of parents that they have done everything for this child with sickle cell, and the same child turns around and said, you spoil my life. Or they turn around and said, oh, mommy, you don't understand. Or they turn around, I said, oh, my mommy is trying to there's so many things, and you're wondering, after everything that you have done, many of these issues are caused by communication skills. What those things, how we communicate our ideas. Believe me, we are coming from this is Africa, and then I want to tell you one thing is that when it comes to communication, especially between parents and children, it's another level, because whatever we are doing, I believe that we don't communicate. All what you see parents trying to put their feet on the ground and say, I'm your father and you must do this, without even thinking about what is going on, how it affects the child. So when you now have a child with sickle cell, you just come and say, oh, you must do this, you must do that. It's always about what you want, not even what you want the child, or find a way where you can have a balance. Share your understand. So most times it's either we are not communicating at all, and that is why this class is very very important. So another time, the way we communicate, maybe we want to talk about the child taking medication, we want to talk about whatever they are supposed to do, we communicate in a wrong way. So there's something we call communication. Communication means that the right thing you communicate, that other person accept or receive that information the same way. What's going Okay, for example, you're just trying to communicate to your child that, oh, you see, you do not do anything, you don't take your medication, the only thing, you just want to waste my money, or every other thing. What that child is receiving is like, you are not good enough, you don't know how to do anything, nothing about you is good enough, you're not worthy. And then before you know it, these children tend to internalize whatever we are doing. These children tend to internalize, and for a child with sickle cell that is going to go out there and face stigmatization, so by the time they hear somebody say something like that again, they're like, well, my mom has said it, my parents have said it, then it's me. Then it becomes a real struggle for them out there. So we start creating children with low self-esteem, we start creating children that doesn't know exactly what they are supposed to do, we start creating children who are people pleasers, who cannot stand up for themselves, who are easily bullied, all because of the what we are doing. So communication for as parent that has children with sickle cell is extremely important. Extremely important. And I see, I can't. This is a very very important topic for me. I don't want to joke about it, because somehow I also experienced it growing up. I also experienced, and I know exactly the kind of struggle that, for a very long time, There are some words that I hear that are very, very common to me. Like, no, I know my parents were saying something else. They don't mean it. Or my mom, she means something else. But what I was hearing was, you are a body. You are a body. You understand? You are a body. You are a body. The only thing is, so sometimes everything they say, just like sometimes I have to come up and say, "Oh, mommy, you know what? I'm not going to fall sick. Can we just talk about it? I don't want to take this medication because this is how it affects me." But you know, our parents, oh God, they just believe that it must go their way. And then we realize that if you're shouting, if you're screaming, if you're yelling, if you're doing all these things, you are not communicating with your child. So when you say your child is stubborn, when you say your child doesn't listen, then you want to look at it. Are you really communicating? Is whatever you are saying to that child, is that the same thing that child is hearing, or the child is hearing another thing? Are you really listening? Because communication is a two-way thing, So let's me find a way. Let me share my slide so that we can actually know what it is today. Oh, can you see my slide? If you can hear me as you're joining me, please. If you cannot hear me, let me know in the comment section. And if you can hear me, put it in the comment section and write loud and clear. Loud and clear. So, effective communication skill for parents of sickle cell warriors by Kemi Ogutwen. If you're new here and you're just trying to know who is this Kemi, let me introduce myself to you. I am Oluwakemi Ogutime. I'm a sickle cell warrior and a public health worker. Oluwakemi, I started my career in public health working at the tuberculosis center, where I started my career at health advocacy work, community engagement, medical outreach. This is where I started all my career at that time. I didn't even know that there's something I'm going to have something called sickle cell NGO. No, I was not thinking about that at that time. And then before you know it, I so much love what I was doing. And then the question comes, what about sickle cell? Who are those people? Who are those people that is talking about sickle cell? Then I decided to start an NGO, a not-for-profit organization called Ignite Sickle Cell Initiative. And in this initiative, we have done an outreach that have reached thousands of people who live with sickle cell. We have reached over thousand of people with sickle cell. I have helped over 200 parents who have children in sickle cell. And in my course, the sickle cell crisis prevention course, I have over 50 parents who have registered for my signature course. So if you're somebody that you're dealing with crisis, you don't know how to manage your child, this course is one course I would tell you that you should register for. The course is not expensive. Yes, it's just about 10,000 naira, the sickle cell crisis prevention class. But that's not why we are here. So I'm working. I work with various organizations across the world. I'm currently serving as a consultant on sickle cell matter to top pharmaceutical company. So when it comes to sickle cell, when it comes to what I'm saying in sickle cell, believe me, you are talking to an expert. I am also a certified genetic counselor, and I've done a lot of courses on sickle cell. So when it comes to sickle cell, believe me, you are dealing with an expert. So let's go. I don't want to bore you with a lot of information because I feel like we have wasted some little bit time. So introduction to effective communication. Communication is the most powerful force. I'm going to tell you, if you're a parent here, shaping your child world more powerful than medicine. We focus so much on medications, especially for parents that have children with sickle cell. We focus so much that in the process where, thank you so much, sis. Um, that's my sister from another organization. We work together in Ondo State, and then we have been doing a whole lot of jobs in Ondo State. So, Sister Joy, thank you so much for joining in. Um, when we talk about communication, sorry, when we talk about communication is the most powerful force shaping your child world. When I see parents that have children with sickle cell talking carelessly, there's a way there's a way, like, I'm wondering why force your word mean to that child with sickle cell. You will be careful. You will be careful. See, it doesn't cost me anything to correlate this cost together and say, you know what, this cost, and put a price tag on it. But because I understand that people with sickle cell need to, parents that have children with sickle cell need to understand that their words are very, very powerful. It shape your child word, and it's more powerful than medication, more powerful than circumstances. Everything you realize that a child with sickle cell is going through, most times it is not because of sickle cell. It is because of the way they are being communicated to, and the way and what they have experienced, and what they have experienced. Every word you speak sparks a fire in their brain, forging a neural pathway that becomes beliefs, habits, and ultimately identity. Is what creates your. So when I meet a challenger and they start talking with a lot of agony, they said, "Oh, I feel like I'm a burden. I want to that and listen, because I understand that that child is not seeing herself as a burden." Into the child. These children have a small child, a small girl. Look at them, have so much confidence in themselves. They look as if they don't know that they are ugly. They look at the mirror, be confident. They tell you they are beautiful. They carry themselves with with this prestige. They are beautiful. They are handsome. They are everything. But the or somebody in their life start to talk about their head and start saying, your head is big. You have a big head. Your head is big. Your head is ugly. Before you know it, by the time that child is 5 years, you realize that child become conscious of that head. They start having an idea that they have an ugly head. They start looking for opportunity to cover their head. Everything they do, they want to do something about their head. And that is where you realize that we have issues with self-image. Nobody knows that they are ugly until somebody use words. The Bible says something. It talks about how powerful the tongue is, how powerful our word is. Words are so powerful that they shape. So whatever you want to be in life, whatever you want to be in life, it depends on some of the words that you've listened to. So when somebody tells you that they are a body, they are not good enough, I don't think I have the ability to do this. Most times it's coming from the words that they are being spoken to. And many of these words are something they have done. They are, something they have listened to when they were small. Then have you seen children that the teacher um they are dullard? Have you seen the way I have this experience when I was in class, when I was a teacher, and then there's this particular child that everybody believed that the child is dullard. Then when I came into my class, I started teaching this class, but I realized that there's something. This child was, it's not as if this child was dull, but this child was when somebody was doing something intentional, the child doesn't want to learn, and I'll start asking questions. And then there's one time they were playing, break time, and then this child said, he said, I don't even want to do it. Like, they said that I am dull, that I cannot know it, so I don't even want to bother myself to know it. And that alarm went that alarm went off on my head. And immediately the second day, I decided to invite the parents, invited the parents and all that we are having a conversation. Then I started noticing one thing. Every time I was teaching in class, guess what this boy often guess what the boy did? The boy will close his eyes because he doesn't want to see me. He doesn't want to listen to my talk. Because as long as he closes his eyes, he will not understand. He will score that 0. He's okay. Everybody knows that he's a dollar. And then it went like that. But it changed. That thing changed when that boy was in my class. That thing changed when that boy was in my class. And believe me, in a space of 1 year, I have somebody that from the last to somebody that know how to read, write, and was dragging position with people. Somebody that went from maybe 29 till like fifth in the class. Till today, the mother is still somebody that cherish me, value me, give me gifts and every other thing. I'm just trying to explain to us that how powerful our words can be. Whatever words you are speaking to your child with sickle cell, remember that that words is creating a pathway to is forging something on their brain that is going to become their belief, that is going to become their habit, and then their identity. So, what is communication? Communication is not just words. When I talk about communication, I'm not just talking about your words alone. I'm talking about your tone, your body language, your unspoken words, pause, and yes. Is the story you tell yourself and your child on repeat. Every time you tell, parents sometimes they use fear as a tool so that a child can take their medication. You will just fall sick if you don't take your medication. You will just die if you don't take your medication. Hello? Why are you saying that? Why? Why did you have to sit down and say that to your child? You will just die. I've seen it severally. You are talking to a parent, you're trying to have, sometimes when you are doing counseling, when you are trying to do counseling for children, for especially teenagers and adults, most of you have to allow their parents to stay, because their parents sometimes believe that maybe we are too lenient or whatever we are saying, we are pampering them. You see, a lot of parents will call me and said, "Oh, I pamper the children. It's because of the way I pamper them. That's why they don't want to." But then you realize that 1 month, 2 months, 3 months working with those children, you realize that they become more. They are doing well. They are managing their health more better, even when you are using harsh words. So parents with sickle cell, we must understand the stories you tell, that is what you communicate. Every stories, the story you tell yourself and your child on repeat is what will create an identity for them. So how does your communication affect the brain? Neuroplasticity in action. Every time you repeat a phrase, be careful, you might get sick. You are strengthening that fear in the brain. See, there's a research that they let us know that. Do you realize? Let me even put a real-time example. If you have been receiving someone, you posted a picture, and everybody was saying, "Oh, you look good, you look beautiful, you look fine, you're," and then somebody comes, like you receive about 15 positive comments. There's somebody from nowhere suddenly comes and said, "Look at you. You look so ugly. What are you thinking? Why do you think you have to post this kind of picture?" Believe me, you see that negative comment is what will stick to your brain. That negative one. You will forget the 15 good comments. You will, if you are not careful, you will realize that you start talking about it. You start posting about it. You start doing everything about it because of that one single comment. Why? Why? See, there's a way the brain is created. The negative word sticks faster than the positive words. Why? Because of, in case of danger, there's an alarm that I have to set up in your eye. Just like, remember when there is a danger or there's a fire, there is always an instinct that makes you want to. Yes, it was supposed to protect you, and that is why you have to. For you to now use positive words, you must do it continuously. Continuously, you must do it continuously. That is when it sticks. So if somebody says something to you and tell you that you're stupid, now there's some horrible words that some people have said to me when I was younger. I can still remember those things vividly. There's a way it makes me to feel. And remember one thing, see, every time you repeat a phrase, you are strengthening that fear circuit in the brain. If you keep saying negative things, the brain keeps taking it. The brain keeps strengthening it. There's something we call neural neurons at work. Your child brain literally mirrors your facial expression and inflections, wiring, empathy, anxiety into their neural network. When a parent calls me, let's say in the middle of the night, and they said, "Oh, excuse me, mom, my child is in crisis," and blah blah. I can sense the fear. Some people who are crying, they have that fear, and I know that they will transfer that fear to their child. So the first thing I tell them is, breathe in. Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So calm down. Nothing will happen to your child. Your child will be okay. I have to constantly put it on a repeat. So after that, then I realized that these people will calm down. After they calm down, then we now start talking. Okay, what have you done? This is exactly how you do. There is a case of parents, because of fear, because of fear, they give children overdose. It happens. And see, immediately you have all those fears, even though when you are not talking, your child can actually mirrors it. They know exactly what is happening. Even though when you try to hide your fears, they can see it. Your facial expression, your inflection, your wiring, your empathy, your anxiety, your fears, all your negative emotions, you can literally transfer it to your child. So when I talk about communication, it also talks about your body language. So your body language, your child can mirror it. And that is why we transfer trauma to our children. So the way you talk, your own trauma, you can easily put it on your child because they mirrors it. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Talk about weakness. Every time you tell your child, oh, you can't do it. Do you realize that? You can't do it. No, no, no. It's not for people like you. A lot of parents don't use the word sickle on their child, but they use something that is the same thing. That's the reason why you see sickle cell warriors are always angry when they hear the word sickler. Because at home, you see, because at home, you see that you might not use the word sickler right away, but you are always reminding them of a condition. And it's not for people in your condition. Self-fulfilling prophecy. You talk about weakness, and then the child grows with a mindset that they are fragile. They come with a mindset that they are not good enough. They start having timidity. They cannot do anything. You keep pushing them. You keep pushing them. Ask anybody that work with sickle cell warriors. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort for all to teach them. It's not as if they don't have the capacity. It's not as if they don't know how to do it. Am I right, Sister Joy? Yes, it's not as if they don't know how to do it, but because they have had, you can't. It's not for people like you, your condition, your health condition. They start to take it. It become a self-fulfilling prophecy for them. So whatever you speak to your child multiply it. You say, oh, this is not for you. You can't. Somebody who comes and said, mommy, we are going on excursion tomorrow, or we are going on excursion next week Monday, and the mother did not even listen, did not even have a conversation with, like, okay, what do you think we can do? Is it possible? No, they said, no, you cannot go, because we have this fear that has magnified within our mindset. Speak straight to a child. Have you seen warriors that they were not allowed to know that they have sickle cell? Have you seen those warriors that they were raised with that they don't have sickle cell? Go and look at them. You see those children, they have strength, they have resilience. You see a lot of sickle cell warriors battling with low self-esteem. They battle, yes, you can see it. She said yes. They battle low self-esteem, they battle everything because of what we speak to them continuously. So we start giving a self-fulfilling prophecy. As a parent, a self-fulfilling prophecy. You keep talking about weakness, you keep talking about how they cannot do it, then they will not do it. Yes, they will not do it. So let's go to what we constantly talk about becomes who our children become. So if you are constantly talking about how great your child is, your child will become that kind of a person. If you are constantly discussing about how weak your child is, your child will become that weak child. Yes, your child will constantly become that. Communications in sickle cell parenting. Communication in sickle cell parenting is what you say. It's not just about what you say. It's about how you say them, when you say them, your body language, and even what you don't say. For a child with sickle cell, communication from the parent becomes a mirror of their identity. I explained that before. For a child with sickle cell, communication from you as a parent, it becomes a mirror of your child identity. So now, whatever you are speaking to them, they are taking it. Do I have control over my life? Am I a body? Am I strong? Will I die young? Is it possible for me to live long? Is it possible for me to do this? Whatever you're communicating. And your communication is not just about what you say, it's about how you say them, it's about when you say them, it's about your body language, and it's about what you don't even say. These messages are not always direct. You understand? They are not always direct, but they are extremely powerful. So let's go to the next slide. Ew. Mm-mm. Okay, so I don't know. Sorry, please. I don't know what happened to my slide. Okay, please. I think I have to. I'm sorry. I think I uploaded an incompleted slide. Please, sorry. Your comfort. Okay. So why is uploading? Let's continue. So your communication with your child is, so every time, one of the major things that you see our parent does is that we are constantly rubbing sickle cell on the face of the child. You are constantly rubbing sickle cell. You are constantly reminding the child that the child lives with sickle cell. There's something I had at a point in time in my life, and I was asking my mom, like I said, I know you don't have to constantly remind me that I live with sickle cell. You don't have to constantly remind me that I'm sick. For every, they have said no, you can't all my life until I have to rebel. The reason why your child with sickle cell is rebelling is because of the way you are doing it. It's because of how you go about it. You are constantly saying no, no, there's nothing they can do. Why do you think they will not rebel? They need to tell themselves, they need to prove themselves that no, they can't just be useless. They can see other kids, they can see other people, they can see that other people are doing well. And when you are not, okay, let's add this to the stage. They can see them. So they have to constantly, they have to prove to themselves that no, I'm not this person that my mommy is saying. Then they are proving you wrong. It is at that point that you now realize that these children, they don't even they are not they don't used to listen to whatever I'm saying. It's not them, it's how you're communicating it. So we want to talk about types of parent communication styles. Yes, so this is time for us to talk as parents, our communication styles. Number one, the controlling communicator. Parents that the way this is not communicate, this is our styles. Commanding, forceful, no space for dialogue, always give instruction, talks at the child, uses fears as truths. If you are part of them, raise up your hand now. Raise up your hand. I'm talking to you. You are one of your this table. A lot of parents that have children with sickle cell are on this table. They are always very, very controlling and overprotective. The child cannot even move, step outside. Some people will say, hey, my child doesn't have friend. Then I ask them, can the child goes out? I I work with a lot of these parents. There's sometimes I think I wanted to go and I have to call. Okay, we want to do this. I'll be calling the parent. And I know my child cannot go. What will happen? What if the child has crisis? What if this happen? And no, I cannot even allow it at all. You are being controlling, and that is not how you communicate. You are just a controlling communicator. And what do you get? You get children that they are timid. They cannot make a decision for themselves. They cannot stand up and say, these are the children that they get bullied. They will get bullied. People will bully them. Or the other side, or if they are not this side, they move to the other side. They become rebellion. Very, very rebellious. So it's like, instead she can't, my child doesn't listen. Please, you have to review yourself. Are you a controlling communicator? Do you dialogue, or you're always commanding? Forceful. You will give, some people will buy hot. They say this thing works. You give it to the child. The child say, mommy, this thing is not working for me. So shut up. Shut up. It's because of you that I'm doing all this thing I'm doing. Do you want to kill me? You don't have a choice. You must take that thing. If you don't take it, you would mommy, calm down. Mommy, any suru. Mommy, calm down. Calm down, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That is not communication. Whatever, if you're on this table, you are not communicating with your child. And it's the reason why your child, instead that they follow you like a dundee, they're not thinking, you cannot use your initiative. Yes, it's because they want to depend on you, because there's nothing they do that they do right. So you raise children that doubt themselves. You raise children that have a very low self-esteem. You raise children that they don't believe in themselves because they cannot please you. You are the one that is making all the decision. They are very weak in decision making. They cannot even speak up. They cannot even express themselves. Then you wonder why they are having crisis. The reason why they don't talk to you. And it's also one of the things that push some children to addiction. Maybe you did not know. You see them, they go outside. They start mixing with people. Then before you know it, they start to inject themselves. They start to buy injection. They start to do it because they don't want your wahala. They don't want trouble from you. They are just okay. They just want to be okay. You push them to extreme. And sometimes you now want some people that totally rebellious. Those who they just block their heads. Because you control them to the extent that they have to say no with full force. Do you want children that want to tell you how they feel? That want to be able to express themselves? That want to be able to have good high self-esteem? Then you need to change your style from controlling communicator. You need to change from it. Then we have the second one, passive, silent, or emotional absent communicator. You see these ones, they don't talk. When the child, they go silent on the child. Whatever the child is, they don't want to do it. Anything related to emotional topics, no, they don't even acknowledge the child pain, the child victory, the child try to do everything. You see the child, they are trying. They don't even know if they are doing well. Your child feels alone. They feel unseen. They feel unsupported. They stop opening up to you. They just close up. You realize that children are going through a lot outsiders. They are speaking to outsiders. You are just silent. As long as anything, you don't care. Don't disturb me. I am busy. It's because of you. You are silent. Your own communication. When the child doesn't take medication, you just go silent, or that they're like children. Parents that keep malice. They are passive. They keep malice with their children. They communicate. They just go silent, and the child begins to hurt inside. You start wrecking about. The child begins to look at me. Hey, what have I done? They start becoming very, very afraid every time. No, what can they do? Nothing. Because mommy is angry now. The warrior Warrior communicator. You see these people that I call warrior communicator, they can worry. Every language they are speaking, it comes with worry. They speak with worry in all their sentences. Don't try that. You will fall sick. Don't go out. They are very overprotective. You see warriors, 30 years old warriors. If they want to go out, their mother has to follow them. You see warriors in universities, their mother will follow them. If you allow their mother to go to class with them, they will allow them. Warriors communicator. Every point of your thoughts comes with worries. The child is not even saying, they can't even tell you. Even though when they are going through issues, they can't even tell you to tell you that, mommy, I feel I have this kind of pain. You see, this kind of parents, they are the one that the children take all the burden, all the burden. It limits the child experience in the name of love. You are overprotective because you're always worried, even though all your communication is about what will happen. What will happen? Don't do it, so that you don't. What if you fall sick? Mommy, I want to. No, no, no. What if you fall sick? What if your communication is always about fear? Fear, worries. That's all. That's the way you communicate. So the child picks up an identity that let them feel weak, that let them feel that they are sickle cell. So whatever you're communicating to them is that you cannot be anything. You are your sickle cell. So they pick the identity of I am a sickle cell. So it's easy for you to know them when you talk to them. Then you realize that I want to. I have. They have skills. They are capable, but they cannot use it. Like, oh, I don't want to get a job. What if I fall sick? Immediately they speak to you like, oh, I will have done this. So what if I fall sick? I'm just afraid. What if I fall sick? Is the way you communicate with them. You are the reason why they are thinking about what if I fall sick? What if I fall sick? You are the one because you are a warrior communicator. Everything about you is about worry. The number 4, shame thrower. Oh my God. You see, there are some parents that combine all these things together. There are some parents that combine all these communication style. They combine everything together. So let's talk about this shame thrower. Have you seen the way some parents throw shame? You embarrass your child. You embarrass your child. Shame, everything. There's sometimes I want to ask, is that the only way you can communicate? Communicate without you shame the child and everything. I know there's nothing you want to do. If not because of your sickle cell, I will have shaken it. If not because of this, you are always shaming. The child doesn't drink water. I know you will not drink water. I know you want to go to the hospital again, Abby. You want to finish all my money. Thank God. I did not you are embarrassing them. You don't know what to say in public. You don't know what you are not supposed to say in public. Some of you us will now call, we now pick phone. We start reporting our children. Oh, we start reporting them to everybody. You start reporting your warriors to everybody. How? You throw away shame. There is no dignity. There is no respect for them. Nothing. Anytime they make mistake, it is about shaming them. We speak with so much shame. You know, sometimes I used to tell parents, do you think when you use that shame, when you use it to communicate, it does that mean that the child will not forget? Some parents will tell you that so that she will not forget. So when the child make a mistake, you constantly bring out that shame. You constantly bring that mistake every conversation. Then you know exactly what happened last week. Now you did not drink your water. That is how we end up in hospital. And you decide to go and spend 50,000 naira. You have started again. No, you will not drink your water. You excuse me, mommy, daddy. Is that okay? Do you think that is okay? You are destroying your child's self-identity. You are destroying your child's self-confidence. You are destroying your child. You're telling your child that they are unworthy. Then you have dealing with sickle cell warriors that in fact some people go as body shaming. There are people that I have. There are some friends that I stop because everything about them is about shame. They shame you for everything. When you don't know anything, they shame you for it. How? And you wonder why your child with sickle cell, you said they don't listen. Hello? Are you sure? They are not talking to you. You and them, some warriors and their parents, they are enemy and they are living together. Adult teenagers, they are enemies. Why do you have to use shame? Then we talk about number 5, the conscious communicator. You know, the Bible says, let your words be seasoned with salt. If you are not I'm a Christian, so that's why I'm quoting the Bible. Yes, that's what the Bible says. It said, let your word be seasoned with salt. That is what we call the conscious communicator. The communicator that is self-aware. The communicator that knows exactly how damaging words can be. The communicator that understands that words build. That know that words heal. That know that words can change things. That's the communication. The communication that comes with empathy. Those are what we want to achieve. So it means that after today's class and tomorrow class, we are going to become a conscious communicator. The people I call the emotional intelligent communicator. The people that communicate with grace. They don't make assumptions. You know, some of us, it's okay that your child forget to take their medication. I will say it every time. Medication is not ice cream. It's okay for them to get tired. It's okay for them to forget about it. Sometimes it's not as if they forget. It's just because they are tired, they don't want to take it, and they just feel like, oh, I don't want to take this thing today. It's okay. But instead of us to find a way to ask, some of us, we can assume. The child say, Mommy, I feel that. No, it's because you have not been taking your water. I know that. It's because you have done this. It's because you have done that. It's because of you. You don't even confirm. You don't even confirm. There is nothing like empathy in your words. Your words doesn't comes with grace. Hmm? So a conscious communicator is what we are building. It creates warriors with high level of self-esteem. It creates warriors that can take their medications. They don't need you. They take their medication. They are okay with it. They do well. They do well. They are able to stand up to bully because they understand their words. They understand exactly how they are. They have parents that are fans, that understand their struggles, affirm that this is hard, and then they celebrate them for putting in the effort. Not the one that shames them, not the one that is always wrong, not the one that is controlling them without an iota of empathy, not the one that is silent, passive. Not that one. Even though when they are about to die, that one is not okay. They are just silent. Impact, confidence, connection, responsibility, emotional safety. That's exactly what we are. That's the kind of parents we are trying to raise us to be. Your words, shape their world. Listen, if your parents, your words shape the world of your child with sickle cell. Your voice becomes their inner voice. That inner voice, that time when they want to take on a big project, are they going to keep hearing your voice that tells them that something happened? I think it's about a few years ago. There's a particular warrior that called the mother and said the mother is a witch. Religious stuffs actually. And then I got involved. Then I called this particular lady, and then we have a one-on-one conversation. And then she said something to me. She said, every time, she has this negative voice. She said every time she wanted to do something, she wanted to try something, she kept hearing her mother voice that tells her that she cannot do it. You cannot do you won't be successful. I don't know. After she gets having that kind of voice, she went to see a pastor. I'm very sure the pastor did not understand what he called inner voice, because our level of exposure and understanding also comes in with our with whatever we are doing. And then the pastor said, "Oh, your mother is the one that is stopping you. Your mother is a witch," and then it become a big problem. And then at that point in time, when she was, I realized that the mother kept throughout when they were young, the mother kept saying, "No, you can't. They were not allowed to do anything. She was not even allowed to do anything. You can't, 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 you can't," till she left home. And even though when she left, she kept struggling because she felt that she was not good enough. She cannot do it, even though things that she can do. Despite everything, she was struggling. I saw the face of the mom, and I saw a mother that has been, yes, but do you realize it was the negative words, the "you can't" that the mother kept saying. The mother was actually being protective, but that was affected the child later. And then somebody that did not really understand decided to call the mother, because the child, it becomes an inner voice. So whatever you say to your child now is going to become their inner voice. Yes. Just imagine that this person was not coming to me and decided to go to somebody who did not really understand what we call inner voice and every other thing, and then it becomes something bigger. So whatever you are saying is what will become their inner voice. Your tone becomes their self-talk. So have you seen the way some warriors talk to themselves? They talk to themselves with a lot of hatred. They talk to themselves with a lot of pity. They talk to themselves with so much negativity. And you're wondering where. It's because of your tone, how you speak to them. Your criticism becomes their self-doubt. They constantly doubt themselves. So when people talk about sometimes about sickle cell, I tell you, no, it's not sickle cell. Sickle cell has its own challenges. But believe me, it's not sickle cell. Many of the things that we are dealing with is not sickle cell. It's not sickle cell. Our low self-esteem, our society, a lot of them, they are not coming from sickle cell. They are coming from a lot of words we have listened to. And see, your words as a parent, they carry the most weight. Anybody can tell your child that they are stupid outside. Your child will not take it serious. But the moment you, their mother or their father, decide to say they are stupid, they take it as, they take it as a strong thing. They take it as an authority, because you're an authority figure in their life. They take it as the truth. So when you say your child, you cannot do this, they take it as the reality, as the truth. Your belief becomes their backbone. So when you believe that a child with sickle cell, they can never be anything, your child listen and they accept that, and they believe that, oh, I live with sickle cell, I can never be anything. Believe me. Believe me. So communication is even deeper. It's deeper than what we are saying. So effect of poor communication on your child with sickle cell. I mentioned it because I said low self-esteem. Your child, if you have a poor communication with your child with sickle cell, the effect is that your child has low self-esteem. You know what it means by low self-esteem? Low self-esteem is something that is like a broad word. Under this low self-esteem, we have low self-esteem, we have self-hatred. You have children that hate themselves. You see them that they speak negatively about themselves. They describe themselves with negative self-talk. You see those children, they battle with things. They cannot make decisions. They struggles with the way, even though when you try all your best. You have some sickle cell warrior that they give them all the opportunity, but they lack the ability to grow. They don't even have it. They are not ambitious. You listen to everything you are doing. They have people that want to support them. It comes from low self-esteem. They don't have a belief in themselves. They look at themselves like a lowest person. They see themselves as an inferior being. They see themselves as an inferior being. Inferiority complex. So all this is under low self-esteem. You have emotional withdrawal. So when that you see the child, my child is not talking, my child is not mixing with people. It's common among people with sickle cell. My child doesn't have friends. It's not a good thing. Why is your child not having friends? Why? Why is your child not having friends? Why is it? Let's talk. Before you know, your child is emotional. A child that is emotional withdrawn. Do you know the kind of odds they are going through for them to emotional withdrawn from you? They will be emotional withdrawn from people from the society. Before you know it, depression will start. Suicidal thoughts. The number of people with sickle cell that are going through self harm, they harm themselves. You see, people with sickle cell, they are harming themselves. They abuse their medication. They know that this is not good, but they're like, well, is it not better for me to die? Is it not? I feel that this place is not good for me. I feel like I will do better outside. Fear-based behavior and anxiety. Everything about them is on fear. Some people, someone say people with sickle cell, they are always aggressive. I said no, it's not because they are aggressive. It's because at the point that they have been repressed, they have been silent for a very long time. That the moment they start to talk, they talk with a lot of aggressiveness. So they are forced. That's what I said. Sometimes it's not about their people pleasing. They go to the extreme. The extreme can be aggressiveness because they've not been allowed to talk. They've not been allowed to express themselves. They've not been allowed their opinion did not count. They live in secret. They are telling you, mommy, this thing is not working. You are forcing them. I'm your mother. I'm the one that paid it. Are you the one paying this? You stigmatize them. Thank you. The parents stigmatize them without them. And you put this thing up. Parents stigmatize without knowing they are doing so. In the way we communicate, stigmatization starts from the house. When you think that they cannot be anything, you have that belief. And believe me, whatever you believe you have with your child with sickle cell, it's going to show with the way you communicate with them. It's going to show with the way you handle them, with the way you deal with them. So they start making fear-based behavior. Everything about it, they are afraid. They cannot even do it. Somebody bullied them, they cannot even stand up. They are crying outside. And then they become a target of people that bully them. It's not everybody that they can bully, though. See, it's got to a point, you understand? It's not everybody that you can get bullied. So you have to raise your child that this is how the world operates. It's not as if you're raising your child in isolation that they don't even know what's going on in the world. And then we now expect them to be doing so well, thriving. You cannot raise a child with sickle cell to thrive without you having a good communication skills. Rebellion or secret defiance. So when people say, "Oh, my child is not living, it's not taking their drug or anything that helps them," it's not. They don't used to say, "I know something is wrong with the way you communicate with them." Believe me, something is wrong. I've talked to a lot of parents to know that. So by the time you say, okay, they say, please help me to talk to him. Help me to, I say, no, I'm not the one I'm going to talk to her. Because even if I talk to this particular person, you are still going to affect it. So it's you. So I'm going to talk to you. Then you are going to learn how to talk to the child. And by the time we finish our sessions, the parents are like, oh, I tried it and it worked. Oh no, my child has become better. I have this communication. I think I still have to have something, a class that comes with emotional intelligence for parents with sickle cell, or maybe something like emotional connection. Maybe it's something that we can do it like a challenge, like maybe a 10 days challenge. I don't know. Let's see if I'm able to come up with it. People pleasing and perfectionism. You see, they begin to you know, they begin to people please. Do you know what exactly it means? They just want to do it so that you like them, even though they repress themselves. They cannot talk. Once somebody, you see a lot of sickle cell word when they talk about friendship, it's because these people, they choose people. They people please. They are not having friendship. Somebody that is looking down on you, you are becoming friends with that person. The other person is not acting. You see, even though in their relationship, they follow men. Last year, the number of cases, including this year, the number of cases of abuse in marriage of sickle cell warriors that happened, that I was aware of is too much. At a point in time, I was asking myself, what is it? It's because of this issue. They begin to people. There's some people you should not be friends with. But because they don't know better, they are already people pleasing. They just want to please. Then what happened? Then they start attracting people that bully them, people that, people that treat them bad, and yet they cannot talk. They become a target for abuse. Even though in marriage, somebody is acting like they are doing them a favor, and then they are there. They are worshiping the floor of that person because they say, I don't have friends. That's the only friends I have. Even though when the person is treating them badly. And it starts from the way we communicate to them. So if you check whatever aside, the styles that we talk about, if you're one of those parents, if you're controlling, if you're passive, you're silent kind of communicator, if you're shame, if you're the one that throws shame, yes, if you're a warrior communicator, you have to change and become conscious of what you say. Mental health challenges, suicide, anxiety, depression, so many things that is happening when it comes to mental challenges of people. Poor treatment adherence. See, the reason why your doesn't want to take that medication is sometimes because that's the only thing they can control. They just say, this is I have control, and they don't want to take it. So people feel like, well, I'm going to die. Then I don't want to take the medication again. I just want to die. Are you sure that is taking their medication the right way? Please, it's the way you talk to them. Which one is shouting? You see some parents, go and take your drug or say to the place that everybody knows that I'm taking medication. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? That everybody is medication. The whole world knows that. Some people will start calling, hello, help me to talk to some person. She will not take her medication. You go to the hospital, you report to teacher, you report to uncle, you report to, in fact, there is no kind of coverage. You do not even think about the dignity of that child. You are just everywhere, complaining, talking. You are always there. And then you think the child will follow? The child will not follow. Do you even realize that sometimes the way we do these things, if you're not communicating with your child, you will not even know the reason why they are doing some things. Is it possible that they are having reactions to some of this medication? Do you know? Do you know there's a way it makes them feel with this medication? Is that the reason why they are not taking it? See, sometimes when you shout too much, some of us have done it. We will throw away your medication. There's nothing you will do about it. You see those teenagers, they will throw it away. Me, I've thrown away my medication when I was younger. You will not know. She means for me to use the medication. Yes, now I will throw it away. You will not know now. Will you know? So sometimes even the more you think that they are taking their medication, you better have, if you are not communicating the right thing, you don't even know that your medication they have been. I'm just don't be like, yes, they will throw it away. She means just about taking the medication. Sometimes some people you want to give out to 15 things. You are not even having this communication. Okay, this is our plan. You don't allow the children to have a say in their own health. Whatever you are doing, we are not even making communication. Do you know communication is two-way things? You listen to your child. You are active with it. You listen what the child has to say. Mommy, this medication. No, shut up. You will use it. It's not, I'm not your mother. Well done. You are the mother. But she will not, because she did not listen to whatever she wants to say. You don't even know what she wants to say. You don't even know if there's a way. Children can tell you, well, this is exactly what I'm going through in school. Is that possible for us to use this method? And their method, if you follow their method to work, they will use it. And you will get results. So if your child is very, very rebellion, they don't want to take medications, please check the way you have communication. It's because you have a poor communication with your child. So you've not been communicating with them. So why you need to understand the effect of communication? Good communication builds self-worth. It strengthens bond. It strengthens bond. See, I told somebody, I think it was, at the point I was talking to someone, and I told the person, I said, see, if you're a man and then you've actually asked me out, I said, believe me, I have discussed you with my father. And the guy was like, are you sure? I said, yes. Yeah, I've discussed with, I've had that conversation with my father, like, daddy, you don't see this guy, you don't see the boy, come and see the picture, say, I will show your picture, your name. My father know your name. You know that this person, I was like, we will sit down and discuss you. So I will go I will gossip about you. I'm just trying to say it. It shows that we have a bond, we have a connection. There is a level of trust. A lot of us do not trust our child. I know, sometimes I'm having conversations with them. I know my child will not use it. I know that child will not take that medication if you did not shout. It's because you have a shout thing. The child know that you don't trust, and then they don't want to take your trust again until you build that trust, until you build that connection. See, tomorrow we are going to talk about three pillars. We're going to talk about the pillars of communication. We are going to talk about the art of speaking. We're going to talk about the pillar of communication, and we talk about the art of listening. So it's something we are going to do it tomorrow. And please, this one is just an introduction class. Yes, tomorrow we are going to go deeper, and then we are going to talk about the other aspect of communication, talk how to build trust, how to talk with empathy, how to build all this connection with your child. It improve your when you understand effects of possible good communication, it improve medication adherence and health habits. If you shame your child will not take their medication. They will not have a good health habit. People that I created something last. It was something I call the second cycle. You see, the second cycle is where we have parents. It's only for parents that have children with sickle cell, and then I teach them. It's a year program where I constantly teach them how to do the right thing. So we talk about routine, and then I told them how to build a routine for the child that lives with sickle cell. So if your child is not drinking water, it's because that you don't have a routine for that child for water. There should be a routine, because it's through routine, good communication, and the everything that combine that made that child to build a good health habit. So parents that have children in their inner circle, you realize that at 10 years, their children is already having communication with the medical doctors. They can talk about their symptoms. They can talk about it. That's exactly why you need, see, it is an art. You must know the way you talk to your child. So it's not because the child doesn't want to listen. No, far from it. Children are easy to talk to. They are easy to have a conversation with. They are easy to build up. They are easy to let them take their medications. It depends on how you're saying it. If you shame them with it, they will not do it, because you're telling them that they are not normal. So it means that without their medication, they are not normal. So they want to prove you wrong and tell you that they are normal. And so the reason that makes them feel normal is for them not to take that medication, even though if they will end up in hospital. And sometimes when we talk about some things, I used to tell parents, see, I understand that you have some level of pain when you have a child with sickle cell. But believe me, the pain you have and the pain your child have, they are not the same. They are totally not the same. Have it at the back of your mind. They are totally not the same. So your child has a different pain, and you have a different level of pain. So you can't compare. You can't compare that. So you must be able to have empathy, to be able to have a balanced thing. It's not as if your child cannot feel your pain. They can feel it, but sometimes there must be a balance, and that balance comes with how you communicate to them. So because communication, you must ensure that whatever you are saying, your child is hearing the same thing, and whatever they are saying, you are also hearing the same thing. It builds understanding between you and your child. And when you have understanding with your child, it builds trust. It strengthens the trust between you. It also strengthens connections. And believe me, it's strengthening your self-worth, the child's self-worth. So it means that your child can able to stand outside. If they are able to have a good communication with you, they talk to with you. They can go outside and have a communication with their class teacher and said, ma'am, this thing, I don't think this thing is not good for me. I will not be able to do it. But if you don't give them that level of communication, don't even allow them to voice opinion outside, they will go outside, even though when this thing is not good, they know that they cannot do this thing. They will rather endure and follow through. But if you can give them the opportunity to have that conversation, they can communicate well. Building everything you want to do in this life, it starts with build communication. Your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with with your friends, your relationship with people, even with your employer. It starts with good communication. And how do our children start having good communication? It starts from the house. It starts from the house. So you see a lot of people say, well, they cannot even voice out. Even though when they're going through a lot of things, they don't even know. So some people say, ha ha ha. It's not about shouting. It's not about, it's not because become being aggressive. It's about speaking, communicating, telling you what they feel, and you also listen to. That's how you build the skills. If you are able to build their communication skill, if you are able to build your own communication skills, then you'll be able to build your child communication skills. And this thing goes all the way. It goes with how they make friendship. It goes with how they relate with people outsiders. You see, I work with people with sickle cell. You know that sometimes they are going through a lot, but they don't even know how to communicate about it. They don't even know how to put it in words. And that is not good enough. That is not good enough. Today, this is going to be the end of this class. So tomorrow, you are going to start at the same time, 4 p.m. So please, I want to apologize for the delay that happened today. I don't know what happened because I've been set and every other thing. Then I don't know. So I started trying to come up, and then I couldn't. So I want to say sorry. I want to apologize for coming late. And then tomorrow it's not going to happen by God's grace. Yes, by God's grace. We are going to start on time. So tomorrow is 4 o'clock. And whatever we are talking about tomorrow, we are talking about the art of speaking, the art of communication. We're talking about how to build trust with your child, how to communicate the right way, build trust, empathy, and understanding. So everything about us. So then we talk about why, the reason why this communication is important. And we talk about I know that you've identified the kind of communicator you are. So please have it at the back of your mind. Tomorrow we are going to tell you how to change. So everything today is why. Tomorrow we are talking about how to change from that shamer to a conscious communicator, how to move from controlling communicator to a conscious communicator, how to move from whatever the type of communicator you are as a parent. Tomorrow we are going to talk about how to do it the right way. Okay, please, yes, that's what we are going to do tomorrow. So everything we've talked today, this is just an introductory class. Tomorrow we go ahead and then we're going to finish it. So thank you so much. Did you enjoy the class? Did you learn something new? Let me see it in the comment section. What are the new things that you just learned? How is this class? If you want to rate this class on a scale of 1 to 10, rate this class for me. And then, okay, another thing I'm going to ask you to do is, in one word, describe this class. How do you feel about this class? So tomorrow, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Yes, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. So so I want to say thank you so much, thank you so much. This is the end of the class. So tomorrow we continue with our how. We are going to talk about everything: art of speaking, how we speak with grace, how we talk to our children with sickle cell, how we thank you how we talk with our child with sickle cell and every other thing. So we've learned why. Tomorrow we are going to talk about how. So how we are going to move from whatever the level of communicator we are to how would I put it, to our conscious communicator. So see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you and bye bye. Oh, thank you so much, Sister Joy. You said 8. Wow. 8. That is A. Okay, thank you so much and see you tomorrow. Bye.